Regain your financial freedom by grabbing the book 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power, an Amazon bestseller written by none other than Dr. Boyce Watkins. Grab the book now. Also, heating up summer 2023, B1 the movie, starring Dr. Claude Anderson, Madam President, and Riza Islam. Atlanta, Georgia, get ready. The All-Black National Convention is coming your way October 2023. We had the privilege of attending an All-Black National Convention. It was an absolutely life-changing experience. To get a free Dr. Boyce Watkins Black Business School training on how to make money without working, text the word STOCK to 31996.
So last night, man, I guess around 8:30, the news came through that the son of rapper, podcaster Gillie the Kid was killed last night. They said that it happened somewhere in North Philly in the Albany section of Philadelphia. When the police got there, they said they found a few gunshot, victims. They took him to Einstein Medical Center where he was pronounced dead. The news didn't really get around to the internet, I would say, until at least 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock last night. It started spreading on different blogs and everything. And I think I seen Steven Jackson. He was one person that I seen posted first. Could have been somebody else, but that's just somebody that I follow. And how I knew it was true, because I was kind of skeptical that he said that he actually had a conversation with Gillie. Oh, wow. And that was a tough conversation that he had with him. A lot of people die in Philly all the time. You know what I mean? It's sad in other cities, probably one or two a day in Philadelphia. But this hit close to home because this is somebody that a lot of people love, Gillie the Kid. And it happens to be his son. And being that though we're fathers with sons, we can feel the pain, man. You can feel this, right in the gut. But SamAnt, how do you feel about this, man? Gillie the Kid, 25-year-old son, died after one gunshot.
First and foremost, condolences to the family, condolences to anybody who's close and related to the young man who passed away. Sad, unfortunate situation. As of today, I think I was looking, and let me just pull my computer up. Entering Friday, there are 236 homicides in Philadelphia, according to data by Philadelphia. That's down 23% from the same time last year, but 236 people. And you can kind of assume 9 times out of 10, a lot of them look like us. That's sad as hell. That's too many people to die in one city in a year that we're not even almost halfway through. So let's get to Gillie in that situation, because, as far as podcast and competition and internet bullshit, all that is fake. This is something very real. And what I mean by fake is none of that matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? None of that matters. This is a very real situation that hit home very hard. And all you can say right now from father to father is, man, praying for you. No father should ever have to bury their children. It's very sad. It's very unfortunate. And we got to do better. I know that a couple weeks ago or a month ago, I'm not sure the timeline, he dropped something when we seen a grandmother get shot, a child get shot, and he went in on Philadelphia. And it's just very eerie that this happened to happen where he lived, grew up, got out of, because Gillie was in these streets doing this thing when he was younger, got out of that situation, and now for him to see his son have to succumb to it. I don't even know much more to say about that situation. It's sad, man. It's just condolences, bro.
And I just man, it's just, what makes it, I think, more sad, I don't know, I don't want to rush to judgment. I don't know whose house he was at. Right. He could have been at a family member's house.
Right.
I got family in Philly. I'm standing outside sometimes. So I'm not saying that he was on playing dice in the hood. Mm-hmm. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, you should be able to stand outside anywhere and not worried about getting shot in your back. I don't care where you're at. But it's just, it's going to keep happening, unfortunately. We could say we got to do better. We could say, this, that, and the third, but we know that it's not going to really get better till people start making it better. Because anywhere you go, somebody died in Philly, somebody probably died in Delaware, somebody died in Baltimore,
somebody died in
Jersey, DC. So it's happening over and over, and it's a sick, perpetual cycle. And would you say though that hip hop, not to blame in particular for this, but the violence in the street, would hip hop have any, blame to go around?
I'm going to tell you why I say yes to that. We don't know if this has anything to do with hip hop jealousy because he was an artist. We don't know the reasons why at all. So it's not fair to say this was a hip hop related incident. But I'm going to tell you why I think it is. Because when you look at the headlines, It says rapper. What is their name? YNG Cheese, something like that.
Young Cheese.
Young
Yeah.
Cheese. Rapper, Young Cheese, rapper, Young Cheese. They're identifying this young man as a rapper. And we were just talking about it maybe yesterday or a couple of days ago. They kind of attribute hip-hop to murder. They attribute hip-hop to death. They attribute this. Every time we turn around, we see another news headline that has nothing to do with the situation or in any other situation. Won't give a damn about them. But when they put the word rapper in front of it, they make sure it hits headlines. How many murders have we seen? I said 236 in Philly. There's probably another 300-400 in Chicago, another 200-300 in LA, and the list goes on and on. How many murders do we hear about? But when a rapper dies, no matter how big, no matter how small, the local news gets it, then social media gets it. Now everybody runs with it. I guarantee you, half the people that posted this young brother's death didn't even know who he was.
Yeah.
They knew his dad, but they also attributed him to being a rapper. So in the media, they portray it as if it's a hip-hop problem. They want you to believe it's a hip-hop problem. They want it to come off as a hip-hop problem. And then when you correlate that with the jealousy and the envy that's in the streets and people looking at other people that have that as opposed to them not having, they see it as food. And this is where we at, man.
Yeah, I think, man, that it's wholesale promoted through a lot, not every artist, but a lot of the artists, a lot of the popular artists, wholesale promote murder, gang violence, drug dealing, drug using. And any song, a lot of the songs you listen to, you can just turn it on and hear it. You don't have to take my word for it. And it's going to have, I think, an effect, like I always say, on impressionable people that's looking to be something in life. And if the only people that they see is a rapper with gold chains on, a Rolex, bottles, bitches, and he talking about, his ops and this, that, and the third, at some point, if there's not enough role models in that household to say, nah, you ain't doing that shit, you're going to fall. Any one of us could have fell to that lifestyle if we didn't have a proper role model and people that made sure, like, you getting your ass kicked. You ain't going to do it. And we had those people in our life, whether it was men or women, and showed us a better way that we ain't have to do that. We ain't got to go hang out on the block like that. Now, I hang out with my friends outside, of course. Anything could have happened. Right. You know what I mean? Because you're going to hang out with your friends. But I would say, yeah, it definitely and then also, the self-hate, like you said, the jealousy, the envy, the poverty, all that. I think it's like a melting pot of things that I think cause these type of things that go on, in the inner city and even any community, really.
Yeah.
I'll bring this up, and this is all due respect, because people talk about the sacrifice thing.
Yeah.
And we will talk about it because people keep bringing it up. Take away from this particular situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe people out there really sacrificing people for fame? Like sacrifice people, like actually, like, all right, because let's just be real. Sacrificing, you can see it in the Bible, you can see it in different traditions. Sacrificing, I don't know about people, but animals and different things like that. So sacrifice is real. But they talk about it in Hollywood. They've been talking about it for years. Are people sacrificing people out here for fortune and fame?
I think it's happened.
Yeah.
I don't think it's happened every time we see somebody go through something.
Right.
And I don't think it happened in this situation. I just can't believe that Gillie worked all this, as hard as he's worked, grinded as hard as he's grinded, went through as much shit as he went through in the streets, has gained as many enemies as he's had to sacrifice his baby. I can't fathom that as a father, right? And I know a lot of people probably say, oh, you crazy, saying about whatever. Y'all can say what you want on the internet. Look this man in the face one day. I ain't gonna be able to look him in the face if I said he sacrificed his son and I don't believe it. I ain't doing that shit for the internet. I don't believe it. But I do believe it happens. I do believe some of the famous faces we've seen in Hollywood, some of the prominent faces may have done some things to sacrifice something, whether it be their manhood, whether it be a loved one. Who knows how deep this shit goes.
Right.
We've seen people in royalty die on very suspicious situations, and it's a lot that happens. So yeah, I do believe it goes down. In this particular situation, nah, I don't.
Right, and I don't have no proof or no evidence of it happening. It's fresh, it's early. Definitely gonna be respectful, of the family. I'll say this, like I told you behind the scene, it raised my antennas. Not that I believed it, but it just raised my antenna because we've been reporting for a long time, man, and we've seen a lot of people pass away. And I think is the overarching theme, is you keep seeing that, no matter who it is. And it's just starting. I never really believed it ever. And I don't believe it in this situation, but it's starting to make me think. Like, if you keep saying something, like, God damn, like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
But condolences, man, from us, to the family, because we got a lot of people that watch in Philly. I could be family members, friends, whatever of them. Really condolences to the heart. You have a son, I have a son, and that's my worst fear in life, is having to bury my son. I won't want to live. I won't want to do nothing else. Fuck this shit. If I had to ever do anything like that, so I could definitely, feel and understand. And